How's it going, everybody? Here we are at it again with the Daily Shoot, and today I got John Cena talks his WWE future. During a recent interview, John Cena talked about what his WWE future looks like, and he says, I quote, "I've always sworn to myself that if I can't keep up with the current level athletically, it's my time to take another role, whether that's commentating on the matches or stepping behind the curtain and molding younger talent. I always want to do whatever I can to help the industry. I see firsthand how happy we make kids and families. When you get a kid to sit down and have a conversation with their Superman, it's the coolest thing. It makes their day. That's a pretty cool, unique thing." And honestly, I really love the words that John Cena was saying in this interview. The whole making people's day type aspect, the more personal aspect of WWE, because yes, they are competing in the ring and using all these athletic moves and are putting on a good show for the people, but they also do a lot of stuff outside of the ring that I think makes a difference as well, and is one of the most important things about WWE besides the whole putting on a show performance in the ring. And John Cena has good enough charisma that he can commentate a match, and he has a good enough skill set and work ethic that he would be a pretty good trainer behind the curtain in WWE. So either way, we're always going to be seeing or hearing about John Cena, because it seems like he wants to be with the WWE in this business for a very long time, whether that's him still performing or him doing other types of stuff. Next up, we have Triple H announces NXT Midwest Tour. Triple H announced on Twitter that NXT will debut in Milwaukee, Green Bay, and Chicago on January 14th, 15th, and the 16th. NXT Road Trip is going on. He even hashtagged that NXT Road Trip. So this is awesome to hear, because you love to hear when a brand like NXT is starting to spread its horizon, spread its wings, not only to different parts of the United States, but to across the world, and having different types of events everywhere. More the better, I say, because NXT is an awesome brand and the wrestlers on there are amazing at what they do, put on a great performance. I love NXT, the show. And hey, this can only mean good stuff for NXT if they are traveling around the US more now, and they're traveling around the world. Can't wait to see what else they have in store for us. Next up, we have WWE announces new SmackDown lead announcer. WWE announced today that the veteran announcer, Mauro Ranallo, will be the new voice of SmackDown beginning Thursday, January 7th, when the new show moves to its new home on the USA Network in January. This guy brings nearly 30 years of broadcasting experience, according to the report, and is currently the play-by-play announcer for Championship Boxing on Showtime and the former lead announcer for the Strikeforce MMA promotions. It is also noted that he caught the international feed for the historic Mayweather vs. Pacquiao fight. So clearly he has something to his resume. You know, he's just not just some random announcer that WWE decided to get. He is someone with experience under his belt and someone that will bring prestige to SmackDown. And lastly, Daniel Bryan talks about part-timers returning for WrestleMania. In a recent interview, Daniel Bryan said the following, and I quote, "Some wrestlers have long careers and wrestle long into their 40s. Sometimes young wrestlers get left off cards like WrestleMania because of old guys coming back. In my opinion, if they had brought back guys like Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage back when The Rock and Stone Cold were starting out, The Rock would have never become The Rock and Stone Cold would have never become Stone Cold. At WrestleMania, people still want to see The Undertaker. This is kind of a balancing act. Although we are bringing back part-time wrestlers like Brock Lesnar and older wrestlers, I would like to see more young guys in higher positions in the card." And I very much agree with what Daniel Bryan is saying, because in the recent years, a lot of times the way WWE has been to bring in people to watch their special events is by saying, oh, this wrestler is going to be here, this wrestler is going to be here. You know, we all love Sting, we all love that he came to the WWE, we all love Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold, and yada yada yada. You know, The Rock, all these other wrestlers from our past, and nostalgia kicks in and we love it. But we always forget, or we tend to forget, the wrestlers, the younger superstars in the WWE that are also fighting for position to be the next Stone Cold, to be the next Rock, you know, to be who they are.